Fight fans, this Saturday night, July 17th, from San Antonio, Texas, at the AT&T Center, home of the San Antonio Spurs, Showtime presents Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano in the first undisputed unified junior middleweight championship in the four-belt era. 5-decade fight trainer James Gogue is going to break down the keys to victory, as well as giving us his final prediction on this Saturday night's main event. Tell the tape for Jermell Charlo. At age 31, he fights out of the orthodox stance. He stands 5'11" tall in the center of the ring. He fights behind a 73-inch reach. From Houston, Texas, he comes into the ring with a record of 34 wins, 1 loss, 18 big wins coming by way of knockout. Coach Gogue, what are the keys to victory for the champ, Jermell Charlo?
Well, Jermell, he's going to be fighting a raging bull from Argentina. So he's got to be able to, number one, he's got to have the composure and poise, okay, to handle that rough, tough pressure that's going to be coming at him the whole fight, okay? But his game plan to be the best he can be and to be the most effective is to control range and distance, okay? Keep everything in the center of the ring. Work off his jab effectively, okay? Keep busting him up with that jab and the straight right hands down the middle, the straight 1-2 down the middle, and just keep moving in circles. Keep turning them. Don't be a stationary target. Stay off the ropes. Stay out of the corners. That's where you're a stationary target. It's the most dangerous place in the ring. So keep everything in the center of the ring. Work out that jab. Catch him coming in. Castano, rough, aggressive pressure fighters like him, Jaime Miguel Burchell, there's holes in their defense, okay? So when he starts trying to attack with that hard, quick pressure, look for the holes in his defense and exploit them. The straight right hands down the middle, that 1-2, like I was saying, that jab should be working proficiently, okay? Just keeping the distance as much as possible. Now, you ain't gonna be able to keep this guy off you the whole fight, okay? Because the guy, he's been around. He has a big amateur background. He has a lot of experience, a lot of ring smarts on knowing how to close that distance, okay? So if he does get past your jab, have something waiting for him, okay? What is that? The right uppercut. When I notice Castano, when he comes and attacks you, he squares up on you like Mike Tyson, okay? So meet him, have him meet that right uppercut of Charlo, coming in. So Jermell, he's got to set his feet real good though, man, and look for that target. Then also invest in the body early, Joe. Okay, as the rounds go on, it's gonna pay dividends. Okay, in the back half of the fight, because you got to slow this raging bull down a little. Okay, so the uppercuts, the body shots inside, and hold your own. Don't let this Castano back him up straight. Okay, once he starts backing you up straight, that big momentum gets on his side. And then he starts getting more confident putting his combinations together. That's what you don't want, okay? You don't want him getting that momentum. You want to just keep turning him and turning him, okay? You don't want to back him. You don't want him to back you up, okay? You gotta hold your own. You gotta set your feet good, okay? So he doesn't push you back. Get his attention, then keep turning him. Then get back to the outside and keep boxing him. Keep boxing him. You know what I mean? With that jab. The number one weapon in boxing to break a guy down is that jab. Them little bitty 10-ounce gloves, you keep hitting the guy in his face, okay? From round one, start, right off the bat. Round one, by the second, third, fourth, fifth round, his face starts getting busted. His face starts getting busted up, it starts swelling up, okay? But Castano is a bully, like I said. When you fight a bully, you gotta punch him in the fucking mouth to get his attention. Early on, he's gotta get to me, that's the most important thing, Joe. Early on, get his respect, get his attention, to put some fear in him. Then once he does that, okay, then it's gonna make his game plan work more effectively and everything. He can work from the outside more effectively once you get a guy's attention. Then the feints, Joe. Once you start nailing him with some good shots, start feinting him a lot. And it's gonna make Castano more hesitant and he's gonna be more tentative and he's gonna get off his game plan. But like I said, Joe, main thing is just to keep it in the center of the ring, keep it at range as much as you can. Stay out of the corner, stay off the ropes. Just show composure and poise when the fight gets rough, okay? Because Castano, he's a determined, hungry, aggressive pressure fighter that is going to keep coming at you the whole fight. What happens if you hit him with your best shots? You know what I mean? Early on, and it doesn't get his attention, doesn't put that fear into him, okay? He's going to keep coming. But guess what, Joe? You keep hitting the rock, it's going to crack eventually. So you just got to keep your composure and poise from round 1 to round 12 and just keep hitting them, keep nailing them with some shots. But like I said, that uppercut, yeah, that should be bread and butter. Or that left hook right uppercut should be bread and butter. Or that 2-touch jabs, right hand right down the middle should be bread and butter, okay? Just let Charlo be Charlo offensively. As long as he hits this guy with some good shots and just keep hitting them, eventually that rock's gonna crack. And I can see Charlo possibly hurting this guy down the stretch as the fight goes on.
If Jermell Charlo follows Coach Gogue's keys to victory, he could come away as the undisputed, unified junior middleweight champion of the world. He's going to be defending his WBC, WBA, and IBF titles this Saturday night against the current WBO junior middleweight champion, Brian Carlos Castano from Argentina. He comes into the ring at age 31. He also fights out of the orthodox stance. He stands 5 foot 7.5 inches tall in the center of the ring. He fights behind a 67.5 inch reach from Buenos Aires, Argentina. He comes into the ring with a very impressive record: 17 wins, 0 losses, 1 draw, 12 big wins coming by way of knockout. Coach Gogue, what are the keys to victory for Brian Carlos Castano?
The way he always fights, like I said, Joe, hard physical pressure. Put his combinations together once he gets in range. Start putting his combinations together, okay? The kid, like I said, he had a lot of amateur fights, so he knows how to fight. He knows how to put his combinations together. But I like the way, the way he puts his combinations together. He throws all the punches in the book and he hits you from all angles, okay? Up the middle, around the side, up and down and up. He got some pop on his punches too, Joe. So basically what he got to do is he's got to be smart and intelligent when he closes that distance. He just can't be, out of control where he leaves himself open to get hit by them right hands by Charlo, by them right uppercuts, by that jab of Charlo. He's got to apply intelligent pressure to get past the incoming when he, to get in the trenches where he wants the fight to be. That's number 1, Joe. You can't put your combinations together at close range unless you get into that range where you need to be. You gotta play, you gotta be smart, you gotta be patient, you gotta move your head coming in, you gotta put that jab in Charlo's face. When you're applying intelligent pressure with good footwork, good quick footwork, good head movement, or your hands up high blocking the punches, if you put a jab in your opponent's face, hey man, the guy can't throw nothing at you when you're coming in. There's no offense you gotta worry about, okay, when you're getting that distance you want. All right, up close. He needs to put that jab in Charlo's face. And like I said, avoid the incoming, the jab, the right hand of Charlo, and the right uppercut. But once he gets inside, Joe, just put his combinations together. Up the middle, around the side, up and down and up. Head, body, head, okay? Charlo's tall. This guy is kind of short. I'd throw that jab to the body just to have Charlo, drop his left hand a little. Then I loop that overhand right over the top. You know what I mean? This guy's short. He has short arms. His punches are not long-range punches. They're short and compact in the pocket. So that would work, Joe. That little jab to the body, then come back, loop it over the top. Loop it overhand right to the top, then come back with a left hook to the liver. Charlo needs to avoid staying on the ropes, staying in the corners, being a stationary target. That's where this guy needs to put him at. Okay, Castano needs to somehow drive Charlo back to the ropes or in the corner where he can't, move around that ring, freely. He makes him a stationary target like a punching bag. And if he does that, hey man, it's gonna be advantage Castano. Okay, he got some where he wants. The guy can't move. He makes him a stationary target. Then he puts his combinations together. Okay, up and down and up and everything. But that to me, Joe, That's the keys to victory. I mean, trying to make him a stationary target on the ropes or in the corners, and applying intelligent pressure, closing that distance, and not getting hit by those big bombs, of Charlo, the straight right hand or the right uppercut. All right, if he does that, Joe, the probabilities of him pulling the upset go up a notch.
And they're the keys to victory for Brian Carlos Castano, the current WBO junior middleweight champion of the world. Most race and sports books, they list Jermell Charlo as the odds betting favorite, listed as a 2.5-1 betting favorite, or a minus 250, with Brian Castano listed as the very live betting underdog at plus 200, or a 2-1 betting underdog. Coach Gogue, who wins this bout on Saturday night and why?
Woo! Oh, my boy Charlo. I have a feeling, if he could apply his game plan, which I just discussed, once he keeps nailing them with some shots, like I said, rocks. If you're a hard rock and you keep on getting hit, eventually you're gonna crack. And I see that happening down the stretch and everything. Okay, once he starts nailing them with them sharp, quick jabs, them quick combinations, that hand, them uppercuts, yeah. I think once, down the stretch, eventually, Castano, his rock is going to crack. And then Charlo, possibly could finish him off. Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight, Joe. It's going to be a tough fight, but I think Charlo, because if he applies an intelligent game plan like I described, it's going to be tough for Castano to overcome that.
And there you have it, guys. There's Coach Gogue's keys to victory, as well as his final prediction. And it goes down this Saturday night at the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, where you can watch it live on regular subscriber showtime this Saturday night, July 17th. The coverage begins at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.